So a question that I saw all the time, and it's like the funniest thing ever, and I saw some TikToks about it too. Basically, people are like, what happened to the iPhone 9? Why wasn't there an iPhone 9 from Apple? Why did they just go straight from the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus to the iPhone 10? Now, there's a couple of different ways to go about looking at it, okay? First of all, in my head at that time, I really do think that Apple was really trying to switch away from their numerical name of their specific devices. I think they really wanted to go away from like the iPhone 8s and 8 Plus and all this stuff, and they wanted to go for something like the iPhone 10 or the iPhone 1 or whatever the case is. That way, Apple would basically be stepping away from their numbers, because I think they're probably going to do it at some point, and I really do think that Apple thought at that point they were going to do so. So that was one area where I really thought, why they skipped from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 10. Now, another thing that recently happened about a year ago was that there were some rumors saying that the iPhone SE2, which eventually came out as the iPhone SE2, was going to be called the iPhone 9 and then the iPhone 9 Plus. This was like the thing that made the most sense for me at that point, mostly because, Apple, the iPhone 8, aka, and the iPhone SE2 were pretty much the same exact device in terms of the body, but they were different internally, thus making an iPhone 9 actually being, a newer device. Even though it's technically a smaller number than the iPhone 10, it wasn't a less of a device really in terms of the performance, but it was a less of a device in the hardware in terms of the outside. So that was another little area to look at it, but really the answer is just right in front of our faces, and it's the most basic answer ever. It's like the funniest thing. The iPhone 10 was the 10th anniversary of, the iPhones. 2017 was the year the iPhone 10 came out, and the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus came out as well, but this was also the same year that the, 10th anniversary of the original iPhone came out, because the original iPhone came out in 2007. And obviously this was pretty much the main reason why Apple switched from the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 10. I figured they wanted to do something big for that year, and this was probably the smartest thing Apple ever did in their whole entire lineup for iPhones. One of the smarter things. We got that newer design, which is still pretty relevant because it's still pretty much the same thing on the other iPhones, but more so, they restructured their devices. They restructured the pricing. Basically, the top tier iPhone of that year, which typically is the Plus version, which was the iPhone 8 Plus, then became the mid-tier model, and then that iPhone 10, that $1,000 phone, ended up becoming, that iPhone 10, the biggest model of that time. So that was the reason why Apple switched from the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus straight to the iPhone 10, because it was the 10th anniversary. If it just so happened, like, even if you believe it, the iPhone 8 isn't even the 8th iPhone. We had the iPhone 5S and the 4S and the 6S. We had a lot of iPhones, kind of spread out, that kind of restructured the renaming of them. So they just kind of had to fast forward a little bit, which is kind of funny. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the reason why Apple released the iPhone 8 and iPhone 10 and didn't release an iPhone 9 was really because, that specific date of launch happened right on that 10th anniversary. So there was really nothing they could do. They wanted to release that iPhone 10, and if it so happened that the iPhone 9 was already released, then they probably would have kept it, but that just didn't end up being the case. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. Send me so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly, everything else. I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.